Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, wealth and abundance just seem to slip through your fingers? Like you're taking all the steps you're supposed to, but something invisible is blocking your path to prosperity? Here's the twist. What if the answer isn't another financial strategy, but something simpler and more natural? Across cultures and centuries, plants have been cherished for their ability to transform energy, and some are said to specifically attract wealth into your life. In today's video, we're going to explore 5 powerful plants that can help clear away financial blockages, boost positive energy in your space, and invite prosperity to flow freely into your life. We'll dive into the hidden qualities of these plants and the wisdom of using them to create a home that's a true sanctuary for abundance. Ready to discover the nature-inspired secret to wealth? Let's begin. Throughout history, many cultures have valued certain plants, not just as decorations, but as powerful allies in attracting wealth and abundance. In Feng Shui, Buddhism, and even Hindu traditions, specific plants are believed to carry the energy of growth, stability, and prosperity. Think of it this way. Just as plants absorb sunlight to grow, they can also absorb and transform energy in a home, clearing negativity and inviting positive, wealth-attracting vibes. By bringing certain plants into your home, you're not only beautifying your space, but creating an intentional environment, a space that's ready to welcome prosperity. These plants aren't magic tricks, of course, but they serve as gentle reminders of the abundance you seek, helping you keep your intentions for wealth front and center. Let's look at 5 of the most powerful plants that can help shift the energy in your home, making way for financial growth and stability. Our first plant is the humble yet powerful aloe vera. Known worldwide for its healing and purifying qualities, aloe vera has a long-standing reputation not just for physical healing, but for its ability to cleanse negative energy. In many cultures, aloe vera is believed to remove energy blocks that may be hindering financial flow. Think of it as a natural energy purifier, always working to keep your space clear and harmonious. To get the best from this plant, place it in a bright spot where it can receive sunlight, ideally near a window or in an area where finances are handled. Aloe vera is relatively low maintenance. A bit of sunlight and water every week are all it needs. Every time you care for this plant, think of it as a way of nourishing your own prosperity. By giving it attention, you're affirming your intention to invite positive, wealth-attracting energy into your home. Aloe vera is like a small reminder that abundance, much like a well-cared-for plant, requires regular nurturing. Lucky bamboo is next, a plant revered in Chinese culture, particularly within Feng Shui, for its close association with wealth, happiness, and longevity. This beautiful plant, often gifted during new beginnings, is more than a simple decorative element. The shape and number of bamboo stalks are believed to carry specific meanings. For example, 3 stalks are said to represent happiness, 5 symbolize wealth, and 6 embody good fortune. Place your lucky bamboo near the entrance of your home or in a space where business or finances are frequently discussed. This placement allows it to channel positive energy, creating a flow that welcomes financial opportunities. The best part? Lucky bamboo thrives in water and low light, which makes it incredibly easy to care for. Its presence is a reminder that wealth can grow even in minimal conditions, symbolizing resilience in your financial life. Each time you add water, think of it as watering your goals, allowing the energy of prosperity to grow in harmony with the bamboo's resilience and elegance. Orchids have a unique place in Feng Shui and Buddhism for their association with luxury, beauty, and creative energy. While known primarily for their striking appearance, orchids also embody qualities linked to wealth and personal growth. In Feng Shui, orchids represent refinement and wealth, qualities that remind us that prosperity isn't merely about accumulating money, it's also about attracting opportunities for personal and financial growth. The delicate beauty of an orchid is a powerful symbol of how patience and persistence can yield beautiful results. Orchids thrive best in a calm, indirect light setting, making them perfect for living rooms or bedrooms. Each time you see a new bloom, let it remind you of your financial progress and growth. It's like a gentle nudge, a visual affirmation that wealth doesn't have to be rushed. It comes with dedication and care. Orchids require steady attention, but as they blossom, they remind us that true prosperity blooms when nurtured with love and patience. When you think of wealth-attracting plants, the money tree likely comes to mind. Its name itself is a giveaway. Known for its braided trunk and lush green leaves, the money tree is a potent symbol of financial strength, stability, and growth. This plant is often given as a gift at the opening of a new business or life transition, symbolizing good fortune and prosperity. To maximize the money tree's energy, place it in the southeast corner of your home or office, a space traditionally associated with wealth in Feng Shui. Just like with real wealth, taking care of this plant requires a balance of indirect light and regular watering. Its braided trunk symbolizes unity and the intertwining of different sources of income, encouraging stable financial growth. As you care for it, imagine your financial resources growing just as steadily and reliably as the plant itself. The money tree is a gentle reminder that prosperity is a journey, one that flourishes with patience, unity, and consistency. Our last plant is the resilient snake plant, which is often seen as a guardian of wealth and protector against negative energies. Known for its durability and ability to thrive in nearly any environment, the snake plant symbolizes strength, resilience, and the capacity to overcome financial challenges. Its tall, sword-like leaves act as a protective shield, warding off negativity and creating a sense of calm in any space. The snake plant is one of the easiest plants to care for, thriving with minimal water and in both low and bright light. Placing this plant near entrances or workspaces allows it to act as a natural barrier against any energy that could disrupt your financial flow. Each time you notice its sturdy leaves, let it remind you of the resilience required on your journey to prosperity. By nurturing it, you're reinforcing your own determination to overcome financial hurdles and stay focused on your path to abundance. Now that we've explored the wealth-attracting power of each plant, let's look at how Feng Shui principles can enhance their energy even further. In Feng Shui, the southeast area of your home is connected to wealth and prosperity. Placing these plants in that specific area can intensify their influence, creating an environment where financial opportunities flow more freely. Even if Feng Shui is new to you, you can use this principle to maximize the effects of your prosperity plants. Keeping your plants healthy and vibrant is essential. Healthy plants are not only visually uplifting, but act as magnets for positive energy, whereas neglected or wilted plants can block prosperity. A wilting plant might unknowingly invite stagnant energy, so make sure to attend to any signs of distress. Think of this care as an extension of your dedication to financial growth and abundance. Add gold accents to your plants to reinforce the energy of wealth. Small gold coins, golden pots, or even a touch of metallic decor around your plants. These details send a message to the universe that you're open to receiving abundance, creating an environment that welcomes prosperity into every corner of your space. Beyond plant care, certain daily rituals can help amplify the wealth-attracting energy in your home. Each morning, start your day with a few moments of reflection by your prosperity plants. Visualize your financial goals as you water or tend to them, setting a clear intention for abundance. Speak affirmations like, "I welcome wealth and abundance into my life," or "My home attracts prosperity and success." This daily ritual aligns your mind with your financial aspirations, helping you stay focused on creating an environment of wealth. In the evening, practice gratitude near your plants. Reflect on the financial blessings you experienced that day, however small. This practice infuses the plants with positive energy, reinforcing the environment for attracting new financial opportunities. And once a week, perform a deeper energy cleanse. Use incense, a cleansing spray, or sage around your plants and in their surrounding areas. Dust and stagnant energy can accumulate, so this small ritual will keep the energy in your space fresh and vibrant. Finally, remember that tending to your plants is more than just a chore, it's a symbolic act. As you nurture them, you're also nurturing the prosperity within you. The healthier your plants, the more potent the wealth-attracting energy becomes. Allow their growth to mirror your own journey towards abundance, reinforcing that wealth, like a well-cared-for plant, flourishes with consistency and dedication. Now that you know the powerful influence these 5 plants can have on your space and finances, it's time to invite their energy into your life. Remember, prosperity starts with small, mindful actions. By bringing these plants into your home, caring for them with intention, and integrating simple rituals, you're creating an environment that naturally attracts wealth and growth. If this video has inspired you to explore more ways to invite abundance, consider watching our next video on powerful Buddhist morning habits for success and peace. Each step you take to care for your surroundings brings you closer to a life of balance and prosperity. Click on the next video to continue your journey toward an abundant life filled with ease and joy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with the affirmation, "I cultivate prosperity in my life." Share this video with anyone who could use a bit more abundance. Until next time, may your home and heart be filled with wealth and peace.